The NBA regular season is slowly winding down, and most teams have about 30 games left to play. The All-Star break is over, and now we're heading into the final stretch of the season with full speed ahead. In the next 50 days leading up to the last day of the regular season, we can expect some exciting games. This season, we've seen a lot, from dominant teams and their superstars to fascinating tactical developments. The trade deadline also caused a stir, revealing which rosters the top teams will be going into the playoffs with. Now it's the perfect time to present my current contender power ranking. I will first discuss some teams that might not be full-fledged contenders yet but have the potential to make an impact. Then I'll reveal my top 5 teams, the ones I believe have the best shot at winning the title. Let's begin with the Los Angeles Lakers. Right now, I don't see them as a true contender. It will take some time for Luka Doncic to fully integrate into the team, get back to 100% health, and play at the same level as LeBron James. The Lakers still have issues in the front court, and that gap hasn't been addressed yet. However, if both Doncic and LeBron hit their peak form, the team could, in the best-case scenario, make it to the conference finals. But currently, I see them as the third-best team in the Western Conference. Although the Memphis Grizzlies and Houston Rockets are ahead of the Lakers in the standings, I have less faith in these teams when it comes to the playoffs. Memphis is dealing with Ja Morant's health concerns, and their offensive system might struggle in the postseason. The Rockets have had a strong regular season, but I don't see the player who can step up in the playoffs and be the difference maker for them. In tight games, when it comes down to the final moments, it might be hard for the Rockets to find their go-to scorer. I'd even give the Warriors better odds here, especially if Jimmy Butler and Stephen Curry step up in the playoffs. In the Eastern Conference, the top 3 spots are mostly locked in, but there's one team that could cause an upset: the Milwaukee Bucks. If Giannis Antetokounmpo stays healthy and Damian Lillard quickly finds his groove, they could become a real threat to the top teams in the East. If Chris Middleton also returns to form, it wouldn't be a surprise if Milwaukee could challenge the Celtics or Cavaliers. Now, moving on to my top 5. In 5th place, we have the New York Knicks. Honestly, I'm still unsure what to make of this team. On one hand, they continue to have one of the most potent offenses in the league and seem almost unstoppable offensively. On the other hand, their defense is a significant issue. Against strong teams like Boston, Cleveland, or Oklahoma City, they haven't had much success this season. Once again, against the Cavaliers, their rim protection and perimeter defense were exposed. But offensively, they're undeniably exceptional, and they can win games against almost any opponent. Players like Karl-Anthony Towns have fit in seamlessly, Jalen Brunson has emerged as a top 10 player in the league, and Josh Hart is having an impressive season that hasn't gotten enough attention. But overall, I still see them as the third best team in the Eastern Conference, which could mean an early exit in the second round. This team has been built to contend for titles in the next 3 to 4 years, and I expected them to perform better this season than they currently are. In 4th place are the Denver Nuggets. This team has definitely exceeded my expectations. With the 5th best net rating and a strong position in the West, they are one of the best teams this season. Nikola Jokic is having the best season of his career, and I struggle to find reasons why he shouldn't win the MVP. If he's won the award in years where he wasn't as dominant as he is now, it would be almost a given that he wins it this year. Jokic is carrying this team from win to win, and we can see that in their current 9-game winning streak. But it's not just him. Jamal Murray is playing at a high level again, and that makes a huge difference for the Nuggets. If he continues at this pace, Denver will be incredibly tough to beat in the playoffs. The Nuggets are a well-coached, experienced team that can rely on their 2 main stars, Jokic and Murray, to succeed in the postseason. In 3rd place, we have the Cleveland Cavaliers. They currently have the best record in the NBA and are ranked near the top in both offense and defense. 2 elite guards, 2 dominant big men, excellent coaching, great shooting, star power, and depth make them a team that can go far in the playoffs. My concerns are with their 2-big lineup, which might not be as effective in the postseason. Also, they lack a player who is consistently ranked among the top 10 in the league, which could be crucial for a title run. Still, this team has everything else needed to go deep into the postseason. I think they are better than Indiana, Milwaukee, and Orlando, and I believe they would be favored in a series against the Knicks. A matchup with Boston could be a real test, but avoiding both Boston and New York until the conference finals would be a significant advantage. If all goes well, they might only have to face one of these teams on their way to the finals. The Boston Celtics take the second spot in this ranking. Their performance this season hasn't raised any real concerns for me. While they've had a few minor issues that they need to address, overall, this team has the potential to contend for the title again. Their roster remains one of the deepest and best in the league, and I fully expect them to play at their best in the playoffs. In a potential finals matchup against the Thunder, I would currently favor Oklahoma City slightly, but Boston is by no means an easy team to beat. If they continue to play at the high level they've shown in previous years, they'll definitely be in the mix for another championship. Finally, in first place, the Oklahoma City Thunder. This team has impressed me the most this season. With an outstanding record, a historically good defense, and a deep roster, they are currently the best team in the league. Their combination of young, athletic players and experienced leadership makes them a formidable title contender. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, in particular, is a player who will play a central role in the playoffs. This team has learned from the setbacks of last year's playoffs and is now more focused than ever. In my eyes, they are the team with the best chance of winning the title, even though the West will be a tough challenge.